Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 class guide, where I'm going to show you the easiest ways to win with the new characters from the Abyssal Terrors DLC. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're covering the Chef, who's a super cool character with a unique mechanic in Brotato. How it works is we do triple damage to burning enemies, but enemies have double health. So if an enemy's on fire, we kill them 50% faster than normal, but if they're not on fire, we kill them 100% slower. That means it's super important for us to light enemies on fire, so we have to set them on fire before filleting them. We're out here in the abyss making seafood. And luckily, we have two tools to help us do that. We start with a scared sausage, so all our attacks have a chance of lighting enemies on fire, and when we pick up a consumable, it explodes in a fiery explosion, lighting up everything around us. There are, I think, 3 different ways that you can build the Chef. Firstly, you can use Spoon. This is the weapon that's kind of made for this character, but in order to get it, you have to win with the Chef. So for this class guide, I'm not going to show you a guide to a character that requires you to win with that character before using the guide. That would be sort of self-defeating. The second way is to use Pruners, because those generate a lot of consumables, letting you light enemies on fire very easily. And the third way, and the one we're going to be using today, is to use Wrenches, because with Scared Sausage, you can set enemies on fire all across the map. So the Wrenches are going to effectively triple their own damage, because they're going to light enemies on fire, the turrets will, and then do triple damage on their subsequent attacks. That's a pretty powerful tool. It gives us a lot of options for how we're building and maintaining our economy on the character. So very helpful to use Wrenches for this character. I think this is overall the easiest way to win with the Chef. Here we're going to roll looking for Harvesting, really important to get that going early. And then we're going to go ahead and pick up another Wrench and lock this Scar. Increased XP gain is going to be great, of course. And then roll looking for more Wrenches. Manage to pick up a second one, and then hopefully we can find and lock a fourth. And then we are able to do that and go to the next wave. There is actually a secret third way to win with the Chef, or to build the Chef, which is if you happen to roll into an early submachine gun, then that attacks quickly enough to very reliably proc the Scared Sausage damage. So while your first attack will effectively do half damage to the enemy, every subsequent attack will do increased damage. So an SMG build on the Chef is also very usable. Definitely taking the helmet here for bonus armor. This is one of the advantages of playing the Chef, is you start with 35 luck, so you're very likely to find items from crates, and of course get more consumables to light things on fire, and then we'll just take 5 harvesting. Grab another wrench here, and then re-roll, looking for another wrench, which we will lock. We can't afford any other items. For 3 materials, I don't think it's worth rolling with 2 things locked, so we're just going to go to wave 3. We have 4 wrenches with a 5th locked, which is basically where you want to be on the wrench. It's a fairly expensive weapon, so you're unlikely to find more than 5 of them total in the first 2 shops, so we're pretty happy to have hit that goal. You can see here that when enemies aren't burning, we kill them a little bit slower, but when they are burning, we kill them much faster. So we are still maintaining good wave clear, and our turrets are helping us kill enemies across the map from us without us having to lift a finger. Here I'm going to reroll, looking for more harvesting, which we will take. And then, again, one of the advantages of starting with high luck is we can roll into level 2 upgrades. Dodge, though, isn't one I want to really build early, so I'm going to roll here and again just look for more harvesting. If we can get to 21 harvesting early, it starts growing by 2 per wave, which means that our economy is going to be very well set up. Take the wrench and the Scar and the propeller hat, and then roll here. Gambling token, again, I don't really want to buy early, I think. I'd rather roll for more items that will help us out. And the wrench is excellent, as is the Scared Sausage. Scared Sausage, of course, spreads fire further, so or the snake, excuse me. The snake will spread fire further, meaning that more enemies will be taking the extra damage. The other advantage of the engineering build on this character is that you get access to incendiary turrets. So when we get a level 2 wrench, the incendiary turrets will light enemies on fire, and the burning from them does count as the enemy being on fire for the purpose of dealing bonus damage to it. So the incendiary turret will help us do tons of extra damage to these enemies. Now, it doesn't triple its own damage. The burning damage from the incendiary turret itself won't be tripled, but it will triple the damage of all our other constructs, giving us a pretty big leg up. Here, I'm going to reroll. I could take max HP or melee damage. Actually, I'm just going to take the 6 max HP. Our max HP is quite low, so I do want to grab that early. And then I could take a regen or luck. Let's get some more luck. Always good to have more of that early in the game. Take the wrench and the snake and another helmet. I'm going to need to repair my speed, having bought 2 helmets, but the armor is super important. And then another scared sausage is amazing for the chef. This makes our level 1 turrets and level 3 and 4 turrets much more reliable at lighting enemies on fire, meaning that we can reduce our reliance on the incendiary turrets and increase our damage output dramatically. With 3 items locked here, we're not going to reroll, we're just going to go straight to wave 5. So, as you can see, when a turret lights an enemy on fire, it will then subsequently do triple damage to that enemy, which obviously increases our damage a lot. I should have waited to pick up that consumable until enemies were in range, by the way. You want to make sure that you're lighting enemies with the consumables to get the extra bonus damage to them. Killing that one curse alien, and then making sure we're picking up at least some of these materials in the middle of the wave. I do have to be a little careful because I don't have any healing and I took a couple hits just from bad dodging, so I need to be a little careful with my positioning, but things are going pretty well so far. We'll take 4 engineering here to increase the damage of my constructs, and then grab a scared sausage. I'm going to pick up this wrench for the incendiary turret. I don't really want 3 incendiary turrets because the burning damage from them doesn't stack and they don't triple their own damage, so you only want a couple incendiary turrets. But I think 3 of them will still be better than 1 laser turret and 5 level 1 turrets, even with the extra scared sausage. So we're going to hope that we can find more wrenches to be able to combine these soon. But for this wave, we're just going to go with 3 incendiaries. Take the wrench and buy the lemonade. Obviously, we have a lot of luck. We're generating a lot of constructs, so it's great to buy lemonade. And we will lock the spyglass. Actually, for 50, I don't think this item will pay off, even getting it fairly early. Spyglass, because reroll prices were reduced, it's going to take a lot of waves before the spyglass pays off, so I think we're going to skip on spyglass. Instead, I'm just going to reroll here and look for more high-level weapons and good economy stats, and we did find a gentle alien and a wrench, so we're pretty happy with that. All 3 incendiary turrets spawned directly on top of one another, so disaster there, because their damage doesn't stack at all. So our incendiary turrets are not boosting the damage of our other constructs, because they didn't spawn near our other constructs, and also not... and also our stacking damage in a way that doesn't actually increase our wave clear. So very unlucky spawns there, but we don't intend to have 3 of them for too much longer. And of course, if they had spawned spread out, then they'd be helping us out a lot, so it's not the end of the world. I did then take 2 hits there with bad dodging, so gotta be a little more careful with my dodging. Have to say, my movement hasn't been amazing this run so far. I'll take the landmines. Those both can help deal damage and help spread fire around the map. And then let's start building some healing. If I'm going to take hits a lot, then I definitely need healing. It's early enough, I'll take 8 harvesting over 6 max HP. Getting our economy going is very important. And then let's get some of these weapons combined. So we're going to go ahead and take a laser turret, a level 1 turret, and then... honestly, I might just go with 2 laser turrets here rather than 3 incendiary turrets because we have 2 scared sausages. If I didn't have 2 scared sausages, I would go with 3 incendiaries, but with 2 sausage and a snake, we're pretty good at spreading fire around the map, so I think I'm happy to just go with the laser turrets. Take the gentle alien. Acid's pretty inefficient, so we're going to pass on it and just re-roll. And then grab a peaceful bee here. More harvesting early is good, and the dodge, of course, will eventually be useful. Then let's get a pencil and salt water. I think this is worth buying. The bonus speed, especially when we only have 4 speed, can help keep us alive. And the melee damage isn't totally irrelevant because the damage from our wrenches does matter, at least in the earlier waves. Later on, of course, all our damage will be coming from our constructs, but for now, the damage from the wrenches is not bad. Remember that our wrench attacks will do triple damage against burning enemies, so the amount of damage they do is pretty good. Again, bad movement by me. I'm really not dodging well this run. But this just goes to show that you can win even if you, like me, are playing badly. You don't have to have incredible mechanics to be able to win if you have good shopping strategy in this game. Leaving a lot of materials on the ground, so we do definitely want to fix that soon. If we get pickup radius or ideally baby gecko, that would be very helpful for this character. The 10 speed is huge here because our speed is so low. That's part of why I've been taking so many hits, so we're very happy to improve that. I could take 15 luck, I could take 15 attack speed, I could take 3 armor. All of these would be excellent options for us. I think here we're going to go with the attack speed. Our attack speed is 0 right now, and wrenches do benefit from a lot of attack speed because they attack so slowly, so that can help protect us, keep enemies away from us and stuff. But also, if we buy attack speed and then later find improved tools, that'll make our wrenches attack, that'll make all our constructs attack faster, which is awesome. Take the coffee here for the same reason, and the clockwork wasp, increasing our structure attack speed, is enormous. Then we'll grab the pencil, leave the saltwater locked, and re-roll. I could take the flamethrower here. This will help light everything on fire, but honestly, with 2 scared sausages, we don't really need it. 1 flamethrower isn't bad for this character, so if you haven't found scared sausage, you could consider buying it in this spot. But for us right now, I think we don't need it. I'm going to re-roll and by the book, lock the wheelbarrow and the spicy sauce. That's all great. And then go to the next wave. Feeling a lot better with slightly more move speed here. You can see our constructs spawned up in the top left here, so we want to make sure we're picking up materials, but mostly play around the constructs so that we can get extra wave clear from them. The enemies on this wave mostly run directly towards you, so you can pull them into your constructs for extra wave clear. Go down here, and we can also do the same thing with the laser turret on this side of the map. Took a few extra hits there, but we do at least now have some healing. And because we bought the lemonade, we can heal back to full a little bit faster. This character has bonus luck, so you can get a few more consumables than normal. Consumable healing is very, very important. Making 300 materials this wave, that's because we bought all that early harvesting, so we're very happy to have done that. And here, I could take 10 more luck, but now I want to start rolling for defensive stats, or I guess I'd take engineering, but I feel like with 55 luck, we can do better than a level 1 upgrade. So I'm going to roll looking for defensive stats, or things that can help keep us alive. 3 regen or 9 speed. I'm just going to take the regeneration, actually. 11% speed is fine, and I really do want to build my healing on this character. 15 luck or 6 health, I will take the 15 luck, though. A level 3 upgrade there I think is too good to pass up on. And then let's go ahead and buy all these things. Do a reroll here, and we'll pick up another Peaceful Bee. I will take the Muscly Dude, 5 max HP is good, and the cake as well, and that'll help get our max HP to a much more reasonable level. So despite some questionable dodging in the early game, we're still doing reasonably well here. Lived at 1 health a couple times due to bad dodging, but as of course viewers at home won't have that problem because you'll all just dodge perfectly. Do want to kill this spawner. While the big slashers are actually fairly easy for construct builds to kill, the spawners are just worth a lot of money, so it's worth focusing them down, I think. Just making sure that we get them. And when they're on fire, we kill them pretty quickly, even with our wrench attacks that we haven't been improving at all. making, again, pretty good money this wave, plus our harvesting, so we're over 400 and with 40 materials on the ground. Let's reroll here, and I could take 2 regeneration, I could take 10 harvesting, or I could take 6 melee damage just to make my weapon attacks hit a little harder. This late, I think I'm going to reroll here. 2 regen, I think, is not worth spending my level up on. I'd rather get a level 2 upgrade, so I'm going to roll a couple more times. We got pretty unlucky there, but we'll just take 3 max HP. If I'd known we weren't going to find a good defensive stat, I would have just taken the 2 regeneration, but it was worth trying to roll for a bunch of armor or something there, because we have so much luck, we're fairly likely to find a better upgrade there. Go ahead and combine. We'll go up to 2 incendiary turrets, but no more than 2. And then reroll here. Roll again, because none of these we care about. And Jerky, this is an incredible find. And because we have been taking a few hits and my defensive stats aren't amazing, I'm going to buy the Jerky and the Lost Duck over the level 3 Wrench. This just gives me a little bit of a safety bubble for the next wave, because Jerky gives you a tremendous amount of healing, especially on a high luck character. So having this for the next wave is just makes it less likely for my poor mechanics that I've displayed so far in this run to get me killed. Something that can often be worth doing when you're playing a game is just thinking about how well you're playing and adapting accordingly. If you are playing worse than normal, you know, you're tired or whatever, long day at work, you can change your playstyle to adapt to having weaker mechanics than you normally would. I think people often just get upset when that happens, rather than thinking about how to adapt to it. And that's not like an immutable fact of existence. If you happen to be playing a little bit worse than normal, it's something that you can either change or adapt to. And you can see here that because we have the incendiary turrets lighting these enemies on fire in the middle of all of our constructs, our wave clear is actually very good at this point, because our constructs are able to clear a lot of enemies for us. Cursed Coupon, excellent. Obviously, this is an incredible item. 9% item price reduction is a huge economy boost. And then I'm very happy to just take 3 armor here. The engineering would also be really nice, but our armor is very low, and armor's super important on the Abyss, so we're thrilled to get that. With our level 15 upgrade, we have 46 health already, so I'm not that worried about taking health. I'm going to reroll and just take 3 more armor. And now our defensive stats are really quite excellent, so we're very happy there. Take the engineering and the alien tongue. This helps both to heal us with our consumable healing and also to pick up some more materials that we're leaving on the ground. Which level of constructs I want here is actually pretty interesting. I think we're going to stick with 2 incendiary turrets for now, and so I'm just going to go to a level 4 wrench. The increased damage and wave clear from that will be very helpful. And then I'm going to roll, take a book, and another spicy sauce. Engineering. So the alloy gives us 3 engineering and some crit chance and stuff, which is at least okay, but not amazing for this character. So I think we're just going to reroll here. And I will just go down to 1 incendiary turret. We'll just buy this, lock the leather vest. 1 more reroll to see if we can find more good items. We found a pencil, increasing our damage output, and another wrench. The Peacock we don't need. We had an early Scar, so our levels are pretty good. We've got bonus XP gain already. And obviously we don't want to increase enemy damage when we're going into the Elite wave, so we're not going to lock the Peacock. This is a really good spawn location for us. We got the incendiary turret near our explosive turret, so our explosive turret will often be doing bonus damage. And it's also sort of surrounded by our other turrets. Like, we've got the other turret surrounding the central explosive turret. So the explosive turret is going to have really good wave clear this wave. The RNG on where your turrets spawn is always really interesting as to how that affects your wave clear. And then, of course, if we see a group of enemies that mostly aren't on fire, there's usually a consumable around that we can pick up and change that, which, of course, is great for us. One of the number 1 items we would be looking for would be Pocket Factory at this point. More scared sausages, of course, would help us with our fire uptime. But Pocket Factory for more turrets around the map would be incredible. Just making sure that we're continuing to light everything on fire. We'll take the duct tape here. Clockwork Wasp for for more move speed and more structure attack speed is awesome. Do I want 6 max HP? I think I'm gonna roll here. I was looking for regeneration ideally, but we'll take 4 engineering as well. Regen is gonna be important to survive the elite, but we will also, of course, take dodge and armor. And do I want 1 or 2 incendiary turrets? I could combine to another explosive turret. I don't think with an engineering build, you typically won't kill early elites because your single target damage won't be high enough. I think we're going to go with a second incendiary turret. Just try to light the elite on fire if possible. And then here, I'm going to lock the whistle and buy the laser turret and the landmines for bonus wave clear. The whistle, of course, will be excellent for us, but on an elite wave, it's harder for you to kill loot aliens anyways, and I do think that if we play our cards right here and get a good turret spawn, which we actually did, our turrets all spawned in a very central location, then we can potentially kill this elite. So I wanted to increase my damage output by getting more constructs and try to kill the elite. Unfortunately, it looks like we are just going to be just shy of the damage we need to kill it, so we're just going to kind of rotate around the map here and just try to stay alive against the elite. It's going to sit in the center there, getting beamed by our turrets, but I think we don't quite have the damage to bring it down. So against this one, I'm just going to stay around the outside edges of the map and do a little bit of dodging around, pick up consumables to stay alive. Just short of the damage we needed, I think, even if I had focused it with my weapon attacks, and that could potentially have killed us by making it harder to dodge. So if we'd had just a little bit more engineering, we'd have killed the elite, and we'll get it next wave, or next time we face one. Sunken Bell, I will take. It's only worth 35 materials to recycle, and this is a good way to protect yourself if you start getting low. And Plastic Explosive is amazing for this character, increases the burning damage radius from picking up consumables, and also increases our turret damage, because of the explosive turrets, and our landmines as well. I'll take 4 regen, that's exactly what we needed. We've been looking for more healing for this entire run, basically, so we're pretty happy to see that. And then we'll take the Whistle and the Gentle Alien. I'm gonna just combine these into explosive turrets. Because we have the plastic explosive turrets are better for us now, and we'll keep 2 incendiaries for now. Buy the stone skin and get a free reroll, and then lock this level 3 wrench as well. 1 more reroll, I think, actually, and then we can lock a landmines. Fireball is also kind of fun for this character. It's a good way to set everything on fire, but I think not that important for us right now. But Coral will be nice. You can tap move with Coral if you just tap the key like this. Then while you're not moving, you get the 10 bonus regen. And because this is an engineering character, there's a decent chance that we spend some time not moving, because we'll just be sitting in the middle of all of our constructs. So Coral will be good either if we use the tap move tech, or if we're just holding still. Getting a decent amount of healing at this point, and I do want to kill this loot alien. I'm hoping I can push it into, yeah, there we go, into my groups of constructs. Basically, you want to use the knockback from the wrenches to push the loot alien into your fortress so that your constructs can take it out. Leather Vest, amazing. That increases our survivability dramatically, and then we'll take 3 regeneration over 2 armor. We've got 12 armor already, and we just want as much healing as possible, because right now this character's definitely missing some healing. Take the landmines, and I think at this point we're gonna get rid of the incendiaries and just go to more laser turrets for now. Buy the Coral, and then roll, and we'll grab an incendiary turret with this wrench. Yeah, we will take the incendiary turret and another peaceful bee for even more dodge, and then lock this wrench. For 14, I will reroll with 1 item locked, and we get a book out of that, as well as another wrench. The more we upgrade our wrenches, the better, of course, because the more fire we can spread around the map, and the more damage they do. The reason I like the engineering build for this character is because the Scared Sausage just applies burning to everything for you without you having to, like, time when you're picking up consumables or anything. It's much more complex to actually play the character when you're doing the pruner build, because you have to, like, group enemies on top of the consumables before picking them up so that you make sure to actually light enemies on fire at the right times and stuff. So this character, this version of the class is much easier if you're just looking to just sort of hang out, because you don't have to think about any of that stuff. The turrets do the thinking for you. Definitely would like to find more pickup radius or another, or a baby gecko or something, because we are leaving a lot of materials on the ground. Just gonna drink some water here. Explosion damage and explosion size, very helpful for us. The -3 speed and -3 dodge are quite painful, so the fact that we don't use the ranged damage on the honey makes it less good than you might think, but it's still pretty good, because explosion size also scales super well with itself. Here we'll take 3 engineering, because it's a level 2 upgrade, and then let's go ahead and just keep leveling my wrenches. We want more explosive turrets when we're going into the Horde wave. We have exactly enough to buy power generator, but our actual percent damage mostly doesn't matter on this character. We do have a couple scared sausages, or, yeah, we do have a couple spicy sauces, which do benefit from our percent damage, and our weapon attacks do, of course, but for the most part, we don't care about our percent damage, so I'm just going to roll past the power generator. We'll lock a laser turret here, buy a broken mouth. Even going into a Horde wave, I think we can buy the Weird Ghost here. We've got Coral, so we can just stand still to regenerate really quickly. And then we will take a wrench as well. I will actually buy the Coil. Bonus knockback is kind of useful on engineering builds, because it always pulls the enemies away from the player. So we're just standing still a little bit at the beginning there, and then I'm going to tap move to trigger the Coral, so we can heal back up from having bought the Weird Ghost. Then as soon as we find a consumable, we should be able to get back to full health. Pick up those and let our explosive turrets clear the wave for us. That's why we got so many explosive turrets this wave, because it's a Horde wave, so we want a lot of explosions to do the work for us. And then we'll just hang out over here. If we had found piercing shots at any point, by the way, our wave clear would be even better, because then we'd be getting double explosions from our explosive turrets. But even without that, we're doing great. The great thing about spicy sauce on this character is you want to be picking up consumables anyways, and it makes the fire explosion do both the fire and the damage, so you get a ton of extra damage from spicy sauce when you pick up consumables. So pretty good item for the chef. And you can see, because we have all these explosive turrets, we're now making excellent money from the Horde wave. Recycle here, and just take 3 more armor. And then I will take 9 dodge. We can start getting to dodge cap pretty quickly. Capping my speed at 13 is definitely a little on the low side. I prefer to have more speed than that. But 8 engineering and 8 regen, that's exactly the stats we most need. So I will take the shackles. We will upgrade our wrench, buy a laser turret, and we will buy the coil, and then roll. Fairy, of course, excellent. This solves basically all our problems by giving us 20 more regeneration, which is amazing. Losing 1 consumable heal is definitely painful, but the more regen we have, the better each point of regen is. And we're about to buy Fairy, which will make the alien worm worth 3 regeneration as well, so I think it is worth buying there. And then let's combine another wrench and combine to another level 4 wrench and buy a level 1 wrench. I'm going to skip on blood donation. We don't really, it would only tick 4 times. So while it would be profitable, taking 1 damage per second is a little dangerous, and we don't need the money. We just really need to roll 4 defensive stats before we fight the next elite and the bosses. Defensive stats and ideally engineering so that we can kill them, because it would be nice to be able to kill the bosses. though not necessary to win with the character. Any form of piercing would be really good, of course, so a little sad that we haven't found that. Not finding Pocket Factory definitely has reduced our wave clear dramatically. If we'd found a Pocket Factory, we'd be killing a lot more enemies. But you don't need those things to be able to win. You do have to be a little bit careful with engineering builds about getting the Droolers buffed, these guys. If you kill their house before you kill the Drooler, they get the buff, the angry buff, which increases their health a lot. And if they're already cursed or whatever, then it can be hard to have the single target damage to take them down with an engineering build. So you do need to be a little careful about that. More luck, of course, is great. Chance to heal when we kill an enemy, awesome. We're going to be killing a lot of enemies, so we will be healing constantly. And then, yeah, we'll just keep taking regeneration here, just tank through it. Take the Fairy and the Ugly Tooth as well. Our constructs do apply the Ugly Tooth slow, so all the enemies on the field should be slowed now. Then grab a Wrench and a Book, and I will take a little more max HP. 76 is fine, but we could use a little bit more. We've got an item locked, so I'm not going to reroll for 18 here. Would love to find, of course, improved tools. That would increase our damage output a lot. More Clockwork Wasp would be amazing. That item's just incredible for engineering builds. Even this late Pocket Factory would be really good. So there's a lot of things we could find that would make our character even stronger. But we're already pretty well set up for the later stages of the game. Killing the blobfish and then focusing down those curse aliens. Even at this late stage, I guess, against key targets, if we focus them with a lot of our attacks, we can still kill stuff. Because remember, we effectively have 50% bonus damage on every attack that we're making, as long as enemies are consistently on fire, which we have enough constructs on the field with our scared sausages and incendiary turrets, etc., that enemies are pretty consistently on fire. I'm going to recycle the whetstone. We just don't attack often enough to benefit from that. And let's go ahead and take more engineering and move speed, more health, and the baby elephant. I will grab, this gives us a regen, which is nice from the fairy, but then also the extra bonus damage isn't totally irrelevant. Reinforced steel, 3 engineering for 138 is pretty expensive. But we are going into an elite wave, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that up, and then re-roll. And then here, apologies for the cut in the video, just had to refill my water. Here, I'm going to grab the penguin over the bag. We can't quite afford both. And while we would make money off of bag, and I will probably buy it anyways, just for the 1 regen, I really just want to be able to regenerate through the elite fight. And we'll lock the med kit, of course, as well. Do I buy bag for 1 wave? Basically, we'd be spending, because we'll probably get like 2 crates in that wave, so we'd be spending like 20 on 1 regeneration and -1 speed, but we're kind of at, we might be over speed cap anyways. I think that is worth it, so we'll take the bag here. Penguin is really nice for this character because we want to be picking up consumables at full health anyways to trigger the fire. And our spicy sauce explosions, so we'll get a lot of bonus damage out of the penguin. Trying to pull the elite over here where my more powerful constructs are. We want the laser turrets especially focusing on it. Having 1 incendiary turret would be really nice for the elite wave because it's the highest DPS turret in the game. So it looks like we won't quite have the damage to kill this elite, which is okay. That's just how engineering builds are sometimes. Single target damage is not the strong suit of a build that has all of your damage dealing items spread out all across the map. So you will often end up not killing elites. But in this case, we are able to just kite it out because we have enough regeneration to be able to do that. yeah, we'll take the weird ghost here. We've got plenty of regen, and we'll take another penguin to boost our regen more. Roll here. Roll again. I'll just take 2 armor just so we don't get one shot by the bosses. And then here, chainsaw, this is a way that we can just kill the bosses. So I think I will pick this up. We're going to go ahead and recycle this wrench and grab a chainsaw. This will help us just kill bosses pretty quickly. It doesn't care that they have increased health because it does percentage damage. And then we'll buy the bag, keep the med kit locked for next wave, and then one more reroll. Tractor, man, a cursed tractor would have been really nice before, but we'll take the jelly and the helmet here, and then go to wave 19. Scared myself by starting that wave with no HP. Obviously, I should have been standing still at the start of the wave to trigger the coral. We'd have gotten a couple more HP. But I did forget that I had bought the weird ghost, so, you know. All is still right with the world. So this chainsaw I bought, honestly, I don't think it's the optimal decision if your goal is just to get your win on Chef. But I think we're well set up enough on this character that I'm going to try to kill the bosses, and the chainsaw will help with that. So I do want to give that a go. But if your goal was just to win as reliably as possible, you probably would have skipped the chainsaw there and just bought defensive stats, because that's what this character's plan A against elites is just survive. We'll take the cute monkey, of course. That's bonus healing and bonus regeneration. And then let me re-roll here. I could take 5 attack speed, but if we can find more attack speed, that would be better. But I will take 4 engineering. Since we plan to try to kill the bosses, I'm just going to buy some stuff that does extra damage. Alien Eyes. This is a little bit of extra damage. It's usually pretty good against elites, but our percent damage is very, very low. So I don't know that it's going to be that useful. I think I will take it. A 300 damage burst against the bosses once every 3 seconds isn't bad, so we can use that. And then nothing here that we want. Let's keep rolling. I could take Cyclops Worm just to increase the actual damage of my chainsaw, but I want attack speed if I'm getting damage increasing items. Take the lure here and then roll again and take another helmet. And fertilizer I could buy, losing 1 melee damage for 1 regen. I mean, it's better than just re-rolling and not getting anything, so we'll just buy the fertilizer there. We don't care about our melee damage, and our regeneration is very important. So let's go to wave 20 and see if the chainsaw by itself basically is enough to help kill these bosses. So far, I would say it is. We're getting decent DPS against the bosses. I'm going to try to pull them over here to this collection of 3 constructs. And focus them down if possible. Ideally, we would want to stack them on top of one another so that we could attack both of them with a single attack from the chainsaw, which is what's doing all our DPS against them. The chainsaw damage, of course, decreases as we decrease their health because it's a percentage of their current HP. But that still does a tremendous amount of bonus damage to the bosses as we bring them lower and lower. And as long as we keep them in the middle here where our constructs are helping out to kill them, we should have the damage to bring them both down. There's the first one. And then let's just focus on killing the second one. This one's a little harder to focus with melee damage because it charges past you, so we might be just short. I'm going to manually target it as well. And can we get it right before the end? Looks like not quite. Oh, no, we got it. Oh, hey. Okay. We were at like 0 seconds there, I think. I wasn't looking at the timer. I was just trying to focus down the boss. But we did get both red crates, so we did kill the boss right at the end. Let me know what the exact time was in the comments below. And the chainsaw dealt 60,000 damage, so you can see it was very important if we wanted to kill the bosses. All right, so I think that is a very consistent win on the chef, we actually ended up missing some key items for this character, and as you saw, I wasn't playing super hot in the beginning of the run, but nonetheless, we were able to get a fairly straightforward victory. Scared sausages, of course, really incredible. They don't do a ton of damage themselves, but they help spread fire all around the map. Incendiary turrets are key, especially if you don't find early scared sausages, to do the same. The coupon, the cursed coupon, saved us 434, which obviously is awesome. The early peaceful bees were great. They helped get us to 30% dodge. We could have gotten to more dodge as well. That would have been useful, but overall very good. Jerky, as always, an incredible item that overperformed dramatically. I guess our Sunken Bell went off once and did clear some enemies. Let's see, what else? We really didn't find that much economy this run, actually. Which is kind of interesting. So, but other than, like, the wheelbarrow and stuff. And the 2 clockwork wasps, of course, were very good as well. Alright, my friends, I hope that helps as you are questing to get your chef wins. And also, this is just a fun alternative way to play the character that you might not have considered if you were just trying the pruner way before. So even if you've already got your chef win, I recommend Construct Chef as well, because it's a blast to play. And lighting everything on fire before your turrets blow it up is just very satisfying. As always, of course, if you've enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. It helps me out a ton with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato guides and other strategy game content. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.